Hi, my name is Tiffie Starchild for Black Nerd Problems, and today we're going to talk about love and hip hop, which I know, like, who is she? Is she branching out? No, I love and hip hop. Is it my secret? Is that my secret? Is that my secret that I'm sharing on the internet? I really enjoy love and hip hop. So when they reached out and they were like, oh, would you like to cover love and hip hop, Atlanta and Miami for their upcoming seasons? I was like, yeah, it's pop culture. It's television. One way or another, I was going to link this conversation back to nerdiness somehow because we're all nerds. So for those that don't know, love and hip hop has been around for years. I don't even remember what was the first city. Actually, I have internet access. I can look it up. I want to know the very first one. I want the Wikipedia. Okay, 2011. 2011 is when it premiered with Love and Hip Hop New York, then Atlanta, Hollywood, Miami. And each city has a different cast. So when they reached out about the interview, they sent over an email of who they thought was going to be there because schedules can change, anything can happen, and they let you know that very upfront. And it just so happened that I ended up interviewing people whose storylines and whose personalities I really wasn't familiar with. From the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast, I interviewed Sierra Gates, Rashida Frost, and Kirk Frost. And then from the Love and Hip Hop Miami crew, it was Florence Aluche. First of all, everyone was really pretty. I had a plan of what I wanted to ask them, but it ended up just kind of being an unexpected conversation. I did find out more about their interests. This is gonna maybe sound weird to say, but these are just people. And I say that because especially with, I think, a franchise with Love and Hip Hop, and I might say this in the interview as well, but a franchise like Love and Hip Hop, we know that people are definitely assigned a character or emerge as a character, and then maybe editing helps drive that narrative home. Maybe we only get to see one facet of a person and not all the other things that make up who they are. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on it going in, and I hope that y'all enjoy it. It was a good time.
Oh, perfect. Hi, everybody.
Oh, look at your room. That's fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
Look at there.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a perfect introduction. My name is Tiffie. I'm with Black Nerd Problems, and obviously we are just very nerdy and we embrace that lifestyle. So to be honest, I was kind of surprised when we got this interview because it's not something that we normally cover, but myself as Tiffie, I love and hip hop. So I was like, yes. And I'll just find a way to make it fit. So I hope y'all don't mind. Thank you so much for your time. But I need to know if I'm dealing with any nerds, and it can be literally about anything. And even better if it's not something that the viewers normally see on the show from you, especially because with reality TV, things can be really skewed, as I've come to understand it. And maybe the version of you that we see when we get to see the show isn't really who you are. So especially if there's a nerdy collection, be it comic books or television shows, Disney movies, anything, what is nerdy about you that maybe we don't get to see in Love and Hip Hop? And Sierra, why don't we start with you, please?
Oh my. I would have to say, people don't see they do see the creative side because I'm always doing things with my businesses and stuff like that. But I love to draw. I did makeup for years, so I love to draw. I love to color in books, and that's my nerd side, I would say.
Do you ever get the adult coloring books that have gotten really popular recently? Have you tried those?
I need to try that out.
They literally have it for everything. So they have just like beautiful flowers or whatever, but then they have like Disney ones, Avatar, The Last Airbender, which if you don't know what that show is, let me put you on. But the adult coloring books, they thought about us that grew up, but still need to heal our inner child.
Okay, I need to tap into it.
And Kirk, what about you?
It's me, it's cars. I'm like a car nerdy junkie. Like I can have a conversation with the oldest guy and these guys are collectors, and we'll sit there and just be having all these conversations, and I know stuff that they don't be thinking I'm gonna know, and they just be wondering how. So I'm like definitely a car nerd lover.
Yeah, what would you say got you into that? Was it like from when you were a youngin'?
Well, yeah. Well, I did. I completed. I used to be a mechanic. I actually went to school for it, ASA certified, and I got tired of busting my knuckles and burning my hand. And I just wanted to do something different. But I grew up in New York. I'm from Harlem, so
Okay.
I was actually one of the little kids being raised under the Harlem thing, and my father and getting around to see. Y'all know it. Y'all know the movie is Paid in Full, but I was actually a little kid who got to ride bikes with Rich Porter and Alpo.
Mhm.
And so the car culture in New York was really is a fashion thing, and I've never let it go. Like I've had cars since I was like 16 years old, and I just never let up. That's like one of my biggest hobbies.
I apologize in advance. I wish I was a car person because I had a boyfriend in high school and he was a car person and I really like Fast and Furious. So I was trying to be one of those car girls that was like on hot import nights and auto tuner. No, my Nissan Altima is on its last leg. I ignore the lights. If it's not going to break down, then it's fine. It's totally fine. I feel like I shame all car people everywhere and I'm sorry.
It's all good. Listen, I wish I could break the habit.
I'll learn the lesson one way or another. Rashida, what are you very nerdy and passionate about that maybe we don't get to see all the time?
Okay, it's two things one thing is like gymnastics, right?
Ooh.
I used to be a gymnast when I was young. I was really good. I went to Bella Caroli's World of Gymnastics and trained for summers in Texas when I was young. And I was really, 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 really good. But I got in trouble with my grades and my mom was like, I'm not gonna play with you. But I still love it and I follow it. And I know, I watch it and I'm still into it, extremely into it. I don't do as many flips no more.
That's okay.
I can do a little something. But it's another thing that I'm kind of nerdy with too, is like, I like to do puzzles.
Okay.
I do. So I try to get my sons to do them with me, but they're not feeling it all the time. They might do it sometimes, but I'll find a little area and set up a table and make sure that I do a puzzle because it's therapeutic for me. Okay. I really like it. Yeah, I think about different things and just trying to figure things out is like a rush for me. I like that. So I do puzzles.
I think that I should explore puzzles more because I have them and they just sit unopened. And I'm because it's different. I'm used to scrolling on my phone and having like instant gratification that social media brings, even though we know
that's
it's
what makes it fun, that it's not, that you have to work for every piece.
I like that. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Do you ever try the 3D puzzles where like you're building monuments or like I'm such a Disney person, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna mention Disney at least 15 more times. I promise they're not paying me. But they'll have like the Disneyland castle and it's out of metal sheets and you have to put it together like.
I haven't done that. I keep it like very regular, which is 1,000 piece, 1,500 piece.
That's advanced. Oh
that alone is a lot of big work. That takes a while to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna give that a try. Thank you. You've inspired me. Thank you so much. And Florence, what about you? What are you really nerdy about?
I can say I like to design my own logos or anybody's business logos. I'll just sit down and start designing, creating my own little avatar.
Absolutely.
Doing little things. Yeah, I like that. I like to grab a sheet of paper and start designing logos. I could have my own logo. I redesign it like 50 times.
I love that. No. We're the same in that way because just like creating content, I want to be able to design my own logos, my own backdrops for like everything because I can go and fine tune it and just make it look. I don't know exactly what's in my head, but I know that I can create it and I just can keep tweaking it. So I love that. That's really cool.
Sometimes I'll look at a company name and I look at their logo. I'm like, I should just redesign this logo.
Just redesign it. I like when people do that, when they point out, I'm on TikTok so much, but they'll point out how like maybe a brand had a super dope logo back in the day and then everyone goes to super dry, simplified. It all kind of looks the same.
Nowadays, everything is the simplicity of it is just boring.
It's so boring. It's really boring. I don't know what anything looks like anymore. No, yeah. I respect the artistry. So just speaking of online and TikTok and the way that people create and connect, I know that it really changes the way that we approach living and the way that we approach creating. And so as we're moving back into getting more love in hip hop, because it's been on hiatus for so long, I personally was waiting, but how has the world change how you pursue your goals and your dreams? Because at the heart of it, that's what I think love and hip hop is about. Past all the drama and what we're edited to see, I think it's people being the main character in their own stories and pursuing their dreams. So how does the world change how you've approached your dreams and how you pursue them? That's a heavy question. I'm sorry.
No, I'll start. With the world changing, and I think the main thing that I learned was like, you have to understand and learn how to pivot. Like you have to know how to make change. Like sometimes we'll do things and we're so used to a certain way, but when COVID came, we were forced to be creative. We were forced to make a way. We were forced to say, okay, what am I going to do? Okay, I have 2 stores in the mall that are closed. I have a restaurant. We have a restaurant that's closed down. What do you do? And being on Live in Hip Hop, guess what? That was a pivot too, because they said, guess what? You guys need to film at home. We wasn't filming at home with your own camera, trying to figure out, lighting and do it and make it look as good as it looked every Monday. So we had to deal with those things and that total change. So I think the biggest lesson that I learned was like, when that happened, I was like, you always need to be prepared to know how to pivot and change and to be open-minded to knowing how that you may have to do a different order than what you're just programmed and knowing that you're supposed to do.
That gave me chills. I think that was a word. And so I really appreciate you for that. And that is the time that I have. I really appreciate y'all so much for speaking with me. Everyone is so beautiful. I really just appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And y'all just have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I hope that y'all liked that interview. You can catch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami on VH1's The Seasons premiered on August 8th. I personally like to catch up on the VH1 website, but the episodes are available other places as well. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, and I will catch y'all next time.